What's up? What up?
Good day, YouTube. We're back for another one, and you already know what it is. I'm your host, the one, the only Lefty Knox. And today we're going to be talking about the champions that came last month, particularly Gore and Valkyrie. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first up, let's talk about Gore, the God Butcher that is. I think overall this is a really good champion. I think he's more so for, starter players, or I think he might be good on defense. I didn't find his prestige to be all that high, so for the in-game players, they probably won't go for him. I think he would be a solid defender. He probably would help in battlegrounds with all the debuffs you can inflict on the defender. And if you look in the top left corner, if you injure a combo on a light, you activate the corresponding shadow buff. And if you injure a combo on a medium, you put the debuff of that corresponding debuff on, or shadow debuff on the opponent, which I think is easy. Like, he's really easy to play. However, he does need to be awakened and he does need to be high sig. So I put him on my tier list that is not a tier list under plug and play, but needs high sig. So keep that in mind if you do pull this champion. But I had a fun time playing him. He doesn't really have any immunities. He does, his synergies, they're okay, but overall he's a decent champion. Again, I will put, if I pulled him, I'll put him on defense. I wouldn't use him for question or war, maybe for AQ, but other than that, yeah, that's my overall thoughts on him. Solid champion, but not much he can do for my account. Doesn't mean he can't help your account. It's just I'm an in-game player, so he doesn't really bring a lot to the table for me, but he could help you. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Gore. All right, next up, let's talk about my favorite champ from last month, Valkyrie. This champ, she's amazing. I had such a great time playing with her. She has a very interesting play style. Like, as you build up her combo, if you end it on a medium, a combo will go back down, as you can see right here. And if you end it on a light, it continues to go up in multiples of 10 or increments of 10. She gains a pierce buff that lasts the duration of the fight, and you can gain up to 3, and that means you can hit into the block and inflict a lot of damage. I actually have a solo on my channel of me doing a lot of damage into the block. She's a very unique champion. I gotta admit, I had such a great time with her. And if you when you reverse her, as you can see, I'm hitting in her block now. Look at the damage. I'm doing like 4k crits. As you, on the increments of 10, if it goes down, if our combo is going down, you get a bull war. I don't know how I'm saying that word right. I never can say that word right, but you get one of those buffs and you increase her block proficiency. I think this champion is really great. I would take her on questing. I would take her in A cube and possibly war. I think she would be an okay defender. I think she would be more beneficial to maybe battlegrounds on offense or incursions. Again, she's not good with the damage masteries. She has some decent synergies. She doesn't necessarily need to be awakened, but on my tier list that isn't a tier list, I have her on account changing plug and play. Like, pick this champ up and just go have some fun, because she's just that good. So if you pull Valkyrie, congratulations, you have literally just won the game. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Valkyrie. And last but not least, let's talk about Juggernaut. Juggernaut got buffed last month, and I gotta admit, his Juggernaut. His buff was pretty great. Like, the thing about him, like, as you move forward, you gain more unstoppables, and if you move back or receive a non-damaging debuff, you lose unstoppables. But it's so easy to get back. Like, he's a lot easier to play, and I actually had to bump him up on my tier list that isn't a tier list, and I moved him to account changing plug and play. And I also think with his buff, he's actually pretty decent from with the damage masteries, because all he does will heal from them. And I feel like this is one of the best buffs of this year, right behind Gamora and Storm. And as look at this damage. Like, he barely, like, he don't even know he takes damage, but like as he moves, he just gains more and more unstoppable. I had so much fun playing with the buff version of this guy. And on his heavy, he inflicts 2 stagger debuffs on the opponent. I don't have him awakened, and so I can't remember if he would be good awakened or not. But to be honest, looking at his playstyle, I don't get the impression he needs to be awakened. He's fine as is, and at 10 unstoppables, he becomes unblockable. Unfortunately, you do lose all your unstoppables if you hit someone while they're blocking when you're unblockable. But still, it's easy to get the unstoppables back. Just throw your SP1, throw SP2, and you'll get the whatever that thing is he uses when I'm in the combos. Can't think of it right now. I'm having a brain fart. But yeah, overall solid buff to this champion. Kudos to Kabam. So you pulled a Juggernaut. Congratulations. You have also won the game. And yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on the new champions from last month. As you can see, Valkyrie is right here, account changing plug and play. Gore is right here, account plug and play needs high sig. And last but not least, Juggernaut with his new buff, account changing plug and play. And he's good with the damage mastery. So yeah, there wasn't much movement elsewhere on my tier list that isn't a tier list. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this month's champs to reviewing those. So if you could leave that a like for me, I would greatly appreciate it. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that sub button for me, I would also appreciate that. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.